Hello one and all, and welcome to Cabin Fever Crochet with me, Helene, and today we're going on a little mini road trip across the border into Idaho. Got out of Dodge for a few last week because I needed to get the airbag recall fix on my car that I've been putting off for months. And originally we were going to go downtown Spokane here in Washington State, which that particular area where the dealership is not my favorite place to hang out anyway. And because the restaurants are closed and at that hour, not much else was open, and in 30-degree weather, it didn't really want to go walking the streets. So it was about an hour and a half, but it was worth it. And the dealership over there had a free loaner car, a brand new one, by the way. A little too newfangled and electronic for me. I think a little too smart that car was for my taste with the push button start, and then when it's on idle it automatically shuts down till you release the brake and all this. It's just like I just want a key that I can turn and start and drive. But anyway, we're so thankful for it. I'm not complaining. It was just very different, and we still didn't quite get used to it, but we made it and managed. And so I really wanted to check out the local JoAnn store there and compare to where I usually go in Spokane. And then after we left there and turned the corner, my husband spotted another one to my surprise. So I was really thrilled. We went in there, stopped at a pawn shop that he wanted to just to check out, see what they had a bite to eat, stopped for a little treat afterwards where I showed you just a bit of that. On our way, I think there's some places of interest. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, watch on. And if you want to just get to the heart of it, see what I got, then you're welcome to fast forward to that point. I will say that a little bit surprised at how much smaller the stores are. And I know varying places in the country, the sizes and the amount of product from store to store can vary. And because Spokane is a much larger store, I'm thinking at least double, if not 3 times the size. I mean, there's a huge difference in size, the width of the aisles and the amount of inventory. Though I did notice in both JoAnn stores that the inventory is pretty low right now, and that could be due to the international shipping. But anyway, Idaho is still at phase 2 opening, so the restaurants were open at 50% capacity, and it's a very rural area, so it wasn't busy, no massive crowds or anything. But it was a good day, good time. Got back just in time before dark to take the dogs out and go for a nice walk. So anyway, I hope you'll enjoy this, and then I will see you at the end to show you what I got at those 2 stores in Idaho. And then just the other day, I did have to go into Spokane, more at the north end, and that's where and I enjoy that area very much. And it's just real easy for me to navigate around, and they're all within a relatively convenient distance from one to the other. So anyway, I popped into JoAnn and I picked up a couple of things there, something I was looking at the Idaho store, which I didn't get, and then I'll tell you why and show you what I did get just the other day, all combined into one. Phew! All right, so I'll see you in just a few minutes at the end. And here we are getting ready to cross the Idaho border. And then just past that is the North Idaho Centennial Trail. And there's actually 2. One begins in Spokane. It's an over 37-mile trail for pedestrians and non-motorized vehicles. It's a windy trail, goes into northern Idaho for, I believe, another 20-some miles. And we get a lot of fog in the wintertime, and you can see just ahead there's a big pocket of it hanging down in the valley. We'll be coming up on Coeur d'Alene here pretty soon, getting off one of these exits, so I'm going to go in a sec, help hubby navigate to where we are going, and then I will see you in town. The Coeur d'Alene, beautiful lake area. It's a pretty big lake for these parts, and they do it up real big around the holiday time with lights and boat shows, and they do rides around the lake. All right, so we found our destination, dropped off the car, got our loaner, and here we are at JoAnn. Okay, here's some Bernat velvet. Okay, their Yarn-Normus sale. Let's see, I just want to see how many aisles, how much they have compared to the Spokane store, which I frequent. Mandala, a whole bin of mandala yarn. What's over here? Woolies, thick and quick. All right, I'll just start down since I walked down this way, accessory aisle, thread. Oh my, lots of nice books. Lion brand, the mandala, comfy cotton blend. Their newer yarn, the watercolors. That's so pretty. All the accessories on this side, needles, hooks, looms, etc., etc. All right, what do we have down this aisle? Red Heart, the Lion brand, their new basic stitch yarn. I don't know if you've seen this. The anti-pilling. It's really quite soft. Quite soft indeed. Okay, and on this side, Bernat blanket yarn. Let's see. Oh, and they're in-house, the Big Twist. Actually, I needed another skein in the plum candy, which they're out of. Man, there are quite a bit of bare spots here. So, I don't know. Not too much. The aisles are super narrow also. Buy two, get one free, Lion brand yarn. Okay. It's a pretty color of the homespun. This is Montana Sky. Gorgeous blue, isn't it? I think so. Oh, here's a pretty new one that I haven't seen. Delft blue. A lot of Super Saver here on this aisle, both sides. You know, the Lion Brown Pound of Love, I have never worked with. Has really good reviews. It's pretty, it's soft-ish. I don't know how soft, like for me. You know, kind of varies on the color. This one's, oh, that's beautiful. I love that color. Nice color. Wow, empty, empty, empty. Okay, well, not too much excitement here, but I thought it'd be fun anyway just to check it out. Oh, so some, you know, your scarfy yarn, some Patton's yarn, fisherman's wool, and then, wow, that is it on the yarn section, folks. I must say, a little disappointing, but not altogether surprising. There, yeah, I went down, that's the mandala aisle. Then here's ribbon. And then Red Heart Essentials, that's their number 5. That's the same as the Red Heart soft yarn. I like this yarn. Works up very nice, and of course it is super soft. Ooh, Vanna's Choice on sale. Yeah, here's one. It was on the top shelf up there. Some other colors. I saw this online. KC Knit and Crochet Premium Yarn. The product name is Plume. This is the color white gray. Looks like at least a number 5. Yes, it is. Chainette construction. Lightly spun. Super, super soft. And it is 74% acrylic, 13% polyamide, and 13% wool. 170 yards, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. Recommends a 6.5 millimeter hook, 6 millimeter needles. Very nice. Oh, this one's very pretty. Pink white. Okay, I would say it's more of definitely a mauvey pink, and it's showing up pretty true to color there. And check it out. Hubby just spotted a Michaels. Just a block away. There we go. All yarn. Buy one, get one half off. Oh, only a couple of rows here. Here's their new Eco Cozy. It feels pretty soft, but it's definitely, to me, that plasticky feel. Sheen to it. Regularly sells for $7.99. It's either number 5 or 6 at first feel. Yes, number 5. Yeah, polyester. Well, there we go. That explains it. 145 yards, 5.29 ounces. Okay, so let's take a quick look. So we have other places to go, things to do and see. More impeccable, a lot of empty shelves. Let's see, Red Heart, the soft, which I like, Unforgettable, that I like. I don't see any new colors in that this year, but that's okay because they have so many. What is this? Is this new? Rainforest. I don't think that's new. Pretty. It's pretty all the same. Okay, homespun. Usual tools. Super Saver and Michael's Craft Value equivalent. All right, turn the corner here. There's a little bit of Premier. The Cotton Fair, the Sugar and Cream, Scarfy. So pretty much what? There's the Woolies roving. It's a softy chunky. Oh, okay. It doesn't feel all that softy to me. But that's just me, my opinion. I was looking for something in particular here, and I do not see it. Oh, the Caron cakes. Boy, this one's so pretty. I don't Blush and Bloom. Oh, that's one they had last year. I don't have that color. Oh, I like that color. But do I need it just because I like it? That's the Caron Cotton Cakes. Did I already say that? Oh, that's a pretty one. Oh boy, I like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now. Oh, here, they do have it. I was hoping. The Lovely Layers Marble Cakes, the 100% acrylic. There we go. That's the color. I like, there are two of them. This one and Champagne, which I liked very much. Alrighty. That's it. That's it on the yarn here. Can you believe that? Okay. Well, I went to check out, and then we headed back the other direction and stopped at this little coffee shop and bakery that we saw on our way to the stores. Got ourselves a little treat. Got to sit down in this nice little alcove, just the two of us, away from everyone. Stayed just for a few really good cups of coffee. I had a wonderful cranberry almond scone. Quite tasty and an enjoyable few minutes. Then we picked up my car, got on the road, and then of course I oohed and awed over my new yarn, which I will show you right now. So what did you think of those stores? How does it compare to yours? Are yours lower in stock size-wise? Next time I go into my JoAnn, hopefully they'll get more stock in. I'll do another filming, show you what's new, because they've scaled down a lot as far as other brands and types of yarn, and they carry a lot of the Lion brand and the Red Heart and some Bernat and so forth, but they have a lot of their own in-house brand too. But I was disappointed in how little inventory and the small amount of variety of brands and types of yarn that they carried. I did find a couple of things. It was still fun to explore, but I really do enjoy shopping at the Spokane stores, all three of them. And they're all relatively close. I mean, like our Hobby Lobby and Michael's are boom, boom, right next to each other. And well, let's start at JoAnn. The Mandala watercolors yarn. 3.5 ounce, 100 gram. You get 164 yards, 150 meters, and they're kind of gradient self-striping type yarns. It's a number 5 bulky, and I would say yes on that. And oh, by the way, on this yarn, a couple of others, I am going to do a review and demo on those and work into some projects as well. And that was actually my goal, my intent for this one, for a tutorial in another one of my designs. I'd started to use this yarn, realized it wasn't going to be quite enough. I'm going to save this for something else, but I wanted to show it to you anyway. It's 75% acrylic, 15 wool, 10 nylon. And I've been eyeing this since it came out, and at first touch, I thought this didn't seem as soft as I expected or as I like. And I do like yarns with texture, but I have very sensitive skin. So I didn't think, and I mentioned that in my comment, I didn't think it was that soft, and I kind of went, yeah, no, I'm gonna pass. And then when I saw it again and I felt it, and maybe it was just my frame of mind that day or expecting something else and not just for what it is, I went, oh, you know, that's pretty squishy and pretty nice feeling after all. So I had to try it. And now I'm looking at some of the other colors. The pansy's real pretty. I think they have about a half a dozen colors. There's a vibrant, like a peony pink, a mix of blues. There's one called Quarry, like rock quarry, and it's an interesting, deeper, like a hunter green going into gray. And then this one, which is called Icy Grape. And there may be one other, maybe in like a black and white, I'm not sure. But anyway, so this is, it looks like a single ply, and it's a roving, semi-roving type of yarn where it gets thicker and thinner, and it definitely has a halo, and there you go. So that you can see that for a second there. It has quite a bit of the halo to it, quite a bit of the fuzz going on, but it worked up pretty nicely. You have to be careful because depending on the stitch, it may or may not frog that easy, and it's one of those yarns that does tend to catch on itself. But it's very lovely, and for me, putting it on my neck, which is a very sensitive part, the inside of my wrist, I don't have an issue with that. And the nylon content really does help soften that, but I'll get into more of that in my full review. But anyways, this is one of the things I got, and I thought, oh gosh, I started. This is how far I got with the project, and oh my gosh, I'm gonna make a mess of this, but actually I salvaged it. I had to go very slowly on that. I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do with it yet, but it'll be something eventually. Made these two, and then that was really all I got at JoAnn. I'm trying not to show you what I'm making. I really wanted to finish it. It is a beginner knit project. I'm patting myself on the back for getting through the first half without one mistake. And then, so now I have a few drop stitches, and I'm gonna have to go back and work those in. I've put it aside for several days, but I've had a ton of other life stuff going on anyway. So I'm trying not to show you that because I've already used up half of this yarn. The Lion Brand Homespun, which I know has very mixed reviews. A lot of people like it, love it, and absolutely do not. But for certain projects, it's about the texture, and that's kind of what I'm in this year, all about texture. And so this color, I believe, is a new one. It's called Delft, D-E-L-F-T, Delft Blue. It's a Dutch blue that usually a lot of like dishes and housewares and painted pieces or so forth in Delft Blue, which I really like. And it has some of those deeper tones all mixed in. And this one I've been looking looking at for a while the Montana Sky, which I think is a stunning color all by itself. So I'm putting those together for a project, and I was thrilled to find them in the Idaho store because I've had a hard time finding both in one store. So that was great, and that was very happy making for me in a very small store that didn't have a whole lot. And then we popped over to Michael's, as you saw, and I did. And now I'm kind of having slightly buyer's remorse, only because I have so much of this. The Caron cotton cakes, which is 60% cotton, 40 acrylic. And I love this yarn, and if you've been with me for a while, you know that. For certain projects, because it does have more of that cottony texture, it's not coarse, but a little string-like. For certain things, it works up great. I make my little baseball caps, summer hats, tote bags, market bags, those types of things out of it. And I even made a scarf with this. It's a Willow Yarns free pattern. I did a tutorial on that called the Helena scarf or cowl rather, so I'll leave the link for that below too if you want to check that out. And because they have their Cairo yarn, which is the same thing. So anyway, if you ever ordered from Hirschner's and didn't know that, then you know that they carry in a handful of colors. And I was tempted to take this back, thinking, really, do I really need it? But sometimes, honestly, what does need and yarn have to do with it? If you know what I mean. Blush and Bloom. I already have idea for a project for this. And I have the solid colors that came out last year, and that will work back to this so well. So I really do think I'm going to keep it in anticipation of the artisan, the craft shows, and the farmers and art market that I did year before last, of those reopening again, if I don't have to wear a mask. Because I can't handle doing that. For the people that have to wear those all day long, working outside of their home, I feel for you. This is very suffocating and hard for me to breathe with those, especially in the middle of the summer outside in 90-degree weather. No way. So we'll see what happens this year, and I really hope not just to be able to do that again, but for our country, the world, for all of our sakes, to have a little bit of normalcy, at least in that regard. And then the other thing I got at the Michaels was, I did get this, and what I've been looking for, and I have one in a blue velvet colorway, and I'm sorry about the lighting. We're starting to lose it a little bit, but hopefully you can see that. It's not showing up the greatest, but it's beautiful. It just has like how would I describe that color? It's not rust, it's not pink, kind of like a burnt pink in a way, going into a muted berry tone and a very soft lilac shade. And yeah, did I say in a lavender mixed in here too. So it's very interesting. And I went online just last night, and these are clearancing out. And I've noticed that at Michael's. It's like they're coming and going, bam, bam, bam. And I don't know if it's because it's seasonal. They're getting ready to start bringing in spring yarns, but it seems like it's whatever is the flavor of the month, it's here and gone. And ones that I like, I would really like to see ones that I like and that other people do that are more popular, I guess I should say, is that I would like to see those to be more of their regular yarns that they will keep in stock all the time, like a lot of the other Caron cakes. Oh, and I'm sorry I didn't show you. This is the Caron marble cakes, and it is 100% acrylic, and I'm going to do a review and demo on this, so I won't get into it too much. But I was concerned at first because of how the strands do tend to separate, but I'm super pleased with it. And when the review, I'll tell you all about that, because this video is already getting kind of long. So when I popped over to my JoAnn, I got 2 of the large cakes or skeins, and that's over there, and so I'm already using it. But you know the Red Heart Hygge yarn, Hygge, the kind of fuzzy, it's not really quite eyelash, it's like a number 5, similar to the Caron Latte cakes, except it has much less nylon content and more acrylic, which I prefer. So, and I like the thickness of how it works up, and it's not as slippery as the latte either, but the latte's lighter, and you know, they just work up differently. And the colors in the latte cakes, they're just amazing how they do those. But anyway, excuse me, I have a project going which I've restarted for the 3rd time now. So hopefully 3rd time will be a charm. I'm just making a lapgan and afghan, and I was hoping to finish that during winter so I can use it for winter time, but we'll see, because I have a lot of other things going on. Okay, so you know, when I was in the JoAnn in Idaho, I saw that new yarn, which I actually saw online, the KC, which for knit and crochet. At first I thought it was a JoAnn in-house brand. I've not heard of this brand before. I'm not sure. It's made in Turkey, which I'm happy about that. And it is a number 5. It's 74 acrylic, 13 polyamide, 13 wool, for those of you, if you didn't watch when I was in the store. And again, all about texture. And this has a tubular, it's totally tubular, chain knit construction. And I love chain knit. And this is for the project that I originally got, mandala watercolors, the one that I took apart. That's in my bag on the floor there. So that one that I took apart. So that's where I'm going to use this for. And I may not work this up in the tutorial because of the darker areas. It's going to be hard for you to see, but I will use a different color for the working project on that, but I'm going to make one up in this just so we can see what the finished piece looks like. So I got 4 different colors, and at the Idaho JoAnn, it was $14.99 for one. And I really hope one is going to be enough. That's my goal. I didn't want this to take up 2 cakes because of the price point on it, which I did not pay full price. When I went into JoAnn, they were still having their Yarn-Enormous sale. Truly on this, $5.99. $5.99 for one, and it's lovely, and it does feel, really does feel like more of a specialty higher end type of yarn. It is so soft. So soft, I wish you could feel that. Have you seen it? Have you been to your JoAnn? Have you seen it online? And it calls for a knitting needles, a US 10 6mm, and a US 10 and a half 6.5 in the hook size. So this is Plume, Plume. So they had Plume and, oh, it's not Puff and Plume. Kind of something like that. It was very fuzzy. There's some interesting colors, but it wasn't just my thing. So I decided to pass on that. And this is really what I wanted to get. So they did not have the pink and the white, which I had said in the store that it looked more mauve to me. They did not have that one, which I would have liked to get also. So with these in mind, I'm going to make these for the next shows ahead of time. Whenever that time comes, hopefully at this season in the fall perhaps, and then I'll have things pre-made. So their colors, their name, just what the color is. They don't have any little kitschy name to them, artsy name or anything. And this one is just simply white and gray, but it does go into, I wouldn't even really call that charcoal. It's black, but there is charcoal in there. But I mean, as far as the deepest shade, And then this is very gradient. And I don't work too much with black because it's hard to see the stitches, but I like this. And then it goes into a real like optic white. I thought this would work up and look really cool. And I know there are a lot of people that black is a staple in their wardrobe. And I only had one tonal black with white and gray at the last year, and that one went very quickly. So there's my ode to black. And then here's a tonal blue, and that's, I think, yeah, it's just called blue, color blue. And it's because of the changing light here. Oh, I'd say that's pretty close. Maybe it's fading out a bit, but that's pretty close. And then my favorite, I don't know, I really wanted to stick to a budget-ish. And I do wish I had gotten two of these because I love this. And this is blue and green. Oh, they had blue and gray, they had green and gray, and that might have been it. There was very little left on that shelf, so I feel quite fortunate that I got what I did. There we go. If I pull back a little, that's pretty close. So it works into a pretty forest green. And kind of goes into, when the blue and green shift, it goes into a teal-ish color. And then in the blue, I really like this one a lot. I really do wish I'd gotten two, because this might have to be a keeper. I don't know. Because I wind up, so I'm gonna make myself this and I'm gonna make myself that, and I don't. And then come winter time, when I want to pull things out to go with whatever I'm wearing, I don't have anything. I just wind up wearing the same one from years ago over and over and over again. So anyway, it's fun though. I do enjoy making and gifting, and when people purchase, I'm just thrilled. You know, it really makes my heart happy, and to see that they're happy and walk away sometimes wearing their pieces, or you know, spend their hard-earned money on my items and gift them to other people as well. So anyway, that's it for this time. I hope you will come back, see me again, what I'm up to, what I'm doing, and let me know what you're up to. What are you making? I hope whatever you're doing, you're enjoying it. All right, my fiber friends and family, take good care, okay? And I will see you again soon. Bye for now.